Hello, my mystic friends, and welcome. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and so this is for Leo for December 2025, your astrology forecast. So for you, December of 2025 is going to arrive like this beautiful golden light that is spilling across the horizon after a long night. Not loud, not demanding, but just quietly majestic. You have spent so much of this year rediscovering what is your truth, testing your courage, redefining what does joy and purpose truly mean to you. Now the universe, it's inviting you to integrate. It wants you to integrate all of that wisdom into how do you live, how do you love, and how do you create. This month, it's not just about endings. It's about illumination. Every lesson that you've ever walked through, it becomes this lantern that is guiding you forward. The themes of play and passion and presence, they're now returning to you, but now they're grounded in maturity. You have shed so many layers of performance and are now ready to live from a space of authenticity. I want to start off with the first lunation, and that is on December 4th, 2025. So you are going to have a Gemini full moon. Remember, you are ruled by the sun, so when the sun makes major aspects, it's really important for you to be following where it is and what it does, and that means full moons. So the sun, your ruler, sits opposite of this full moon. So the month it opens up with this Gemini full moon in your 11th house of community, vision, dreams, belonging, connection with others. Sitting opposite of it in a fellow fire sign is the sun with Venus. This is in your 5th house of creativity, romance, self-expression, children. It's what am I ready to give birth to? Now, the full moon, it asks you, how do I share my light with the world while still keeping it sacred to me? You might find yourself reflecting on friendships or group alliances, networks, or these long-held dreams. Something within your social circle or sphere, it can be reaching a culmination. Remember, full moons bring about endings. Perhaps it's a collaboration that ends, or a project that completes, or possibly a friendship that shifts. You are learning the art of balanced giving, to offer warmth without dimming your own fire. With Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, it colors this lunation of love and creativity to feel expansive, but also it could clash with outside expectations. Maybe you've been craving more freedom within relationships or partnerships, or yearning to reconnect with inspirations after a long stretch of responsibility. Look to let your heart lead with generosity, but also with discernment. If people around you misunderstand your passion, don't shrink it. Clarify. This full moon is your reminder that the world, it needs your joy, your artistry, but it also needs your boundaries. Your gift this month is about communication, your ability to inspire through words and through art or example, to celebrate your own individuality and trust in authentic creativity and self-expression. It naturally attracts the right community around you. Now, the next date that I want to bring your attention to is going to be December 8th. On December 8th, we're going to have Mars in the sign of Sagittarius. Still, we're talking with that Sagittarius theme, so this is going to continue on with it, and it's going to square off with Saturn in the sign of Pisces in your 8th house. Squares are hard aspects. They require us to integrate the energy, integrate the lessons. So just a few days later, the energy turns more serious. Mars and Sagittarius forming this tense square aspect to Saturn and Pisces. It's activating 5th and 8th houses. Mars here, it fuels your creative fire, your desire for romance, adventure, to seek risky behavior. While Saturn in Pisces, it demands emotional responsibility and it requires depth. You might feel caught between like joy and vulnerability, between spontaneity and having to have commitment. If creative projects they stall, or a romantic connection it just feels heavy, don't take this as a failure. It's going to be a call to deepen. Saturn wants you to build something that's lasting, not just quick and fleeting. Saturn, remember, is the mountain. What do you truly want to create, to love, to invest in? This aspect, it tests your patience, but it also redefines your art and your heart, your emotions. It teaches that pleasure becomes this sacred energy when it's rooted in meaning. You may be learning how to share more of yourself without fear or loss, to possibly let others see your strength and your tenderness. The fire in Leo, it shines brightest when it's tempered with emotional honesty. Now, just a few more days later, on December 10th, we have to look forward to Neptune now stationing direct, really close to that Saturn. So let's continue with the story. Now we have mid-month. It brings this spiritual breath of fresh air as Neptune stations direct in the sign of Pisces. Your, again, 8th house of shared intimacy, connections, shared resources, the house of birth, death, and rebirth, and transformation. Now, since June, Neptune has been retrograde. It may have blurred boundaries in emotional or financial partnerships or connections. Remember, it's blurry, it's foggy, it's unclear. You might have felt unsure about trust or direction, or unsure in what's real or what is wishful. As Neptune now stations direct, clarity can finally return. This is going to be your chance to reconnect with your faith in life, in love, your intuition. It's tuning in, it's tuning out to tune in to receive that divine guidance. The fog lifting, it reveals this deeper beauty that's behind your recent struggles. Healing happens quietly now, in the spaces in between the effort. Now, on the same day, we're going to have Mercury in a opposition, Mercury in Scorpio in your 4th house, in an opposition with Uranus in Taurus at the highest point in your chart, 10th house of career and job and reputation and legacy. So these two aspects, I would expect surprises that could arise in your home or in your career. Uranus wants to bring about sudden insights, so about where you belong or how you can create a stronger foundation for your ambitions to grow. If tension, because that's what an opposition brings, if tension surfaces between your family needs and your professional goals, pause and breathe before reacting, because Uranus brings change that offers liberation. The goal is freedom and liberation. Mercury gives you the words. The goal is to help you to express your truth. The message is transformation. It doesn't have to be chaotic if it's guided by awareness. Now, just a few days later, we're going to move to December 15th. And here we have Mars now taking that energy from Sagittarius and moving it into the sign of Capricorn. So the energy now changes. When Mars enters into the sign of Capricorn, this is your 6th house of your work, your daily structure, mind, body, spirit, being in alignment. Capricorn, it focuses the energy. So this is the playful energy of Sagittarius gives way to, this is how I can have playful but productivity. The goal is to be practical in your goals. Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn. Disciplined, ambitious, it's efficient. Remember, it's the mountain, short, middle, long-term goals. And so you might feel motivated to organize your days, or to tackle projects, or to bring order to the chaos that's been surrounding you. The sixth house is the balance between your home and your career. So this is excellent energy for establishing habits that can support both your creativity and your well-being, emotional, spiritual, psychological health and well-being. Now, you may experience a strong urge to take control of your schedule or to a leadership role at work. Your effort is going to be magnetic now. Others notice your consistency, your reliability. Guard against perfectionism. Remember that rest is also part of your daily rhythm and needs to be incorporated in. This transit also spotlights your mind-body connection. If stress or fatigue has built up, commit to physical movement or grounding practices. Your vitality, it fuels your brilliance. Nurture it as carefully as you would nurture your dreams. The sacred gift of Mars in Capricorn is mastery. You are building not just success, but sustainability, systems that will carry your creativity into 2026 with strength and balance. Now, there's also going to be on December 19th, so now we're moving towards the end of the month. We now have this new moon in the sign of Sagittarius. So this is a lot of Sagittarius energy that we have here in your fifth house. This is this burst of joy. The new moon in Sagittarius, it lights up your fifth house of creativity and romance and self-expression, and it is in conjunction with Venus, the planet of beauty and love, the goddess of uniting people, places, and things. This is your cosmic renewal, a time to reclaim your passion, laughter, sense of play. After months of introspection, this lunation, it restores your optimism. It's in a harmonious aspect with Leo, who you are, a fellow fire sign. So new beginnings in love or in art or these personal projects are blessed with possibility. Remember, the fifth house is what do I want to create? What do I want to give birth to? So if you have been feeling creatively blocked, the doors, they now are open. Inspiration, it flows effortlessly, and your muse, it returns. Now, for some of you, this may bring a new romance. This is the house of lovers, or a rekindling of an affection in an existing relationship. Love that feels expansive and sincere. Now, Venus, it softens Sagittarius's fire. The goal is reminding you that joy is not about perfection, but it's in your presence. Let this new moon reawaken your own inner child, the one who creates for the sheer joy of it. If you're an artist or a teacher or a parent, this energy, it really enriches your ability to inspire others. Your heart, it just leads the way. Follow it. The path isn't mapped. It's you following divine guidance. This lunation, it closes a year on a note of celebration and creative rebirth. You have earned this lightness, so let yourself feel it fully. If you would like to also look at your 2026 year ahead, I've created for each sign, or you can also look at for all 12 signs to get an overview of sun, moon, and rising, and for your friends or family. Now, for this month as a whole, December for you is this radiant integration of everything that you have worked for all year long. It's a month that blends in reflection with renewal and grounding it with joy. We start with the Gemini full moon that begins with clarity and friendship and community and having this goal or a vision. Mars squaring Saturn is asking you to refine your creative energy into a type of meaningful expression. Neptune, just days later, it directs and heals your trust and it deepens your intimacy. And then when Mars shifts into Capricorn, it strengthens your body, your work, your routines. Then ending with the Sagittarius new moon, it brings this joyful new chapter of love and creative expansion. Each transit shifts you within your light just ever so slightly. The goal is revealing this new facet of your own inner strength. You are being reminded that true leadership, it doesn't come from control. It comes from a space of being authentic. The more you live from your heart, the more effortlessly others are drawn to your warmth. This December, your task is simple, yet it's profound. Reconnect with the pleasure of being alive, not the performance of joy, but the spark, the genuine spark that rises when you create, when you play, and you love without expectation. You are being called to trust again, in people, in your purpose, in your own divine timing. Even if life feels uncertain, remember that you are the sun. You radiate no matter, even if there's clouds. The world is brighter when you are fully yourself. Your soul lesson this month is about creative authenticity, tapping into your own inner child, learning to express joy not just for approval, but because it is who you are. It is who you are meant to be in this lifetime. This year has taught you about the weight and responsibility. Now you can just rediscover the lightness of faith. You're balancing discipline with delight, ambition with your own heart. Spiritually, this month it renews your connection to the divine through play. Every single time you paint, or you dance, or you laugh, or you love openly, you are participating in creation itself. That is sacred work. Let go of comparisons. Your light, it's unique. Mars in Capricorn is going to help you turn your passion into purpose. Just remember to keep the fire fueled with rest and gratitude. If relationships shift, trust that the truth, it creates space for an alignment. Those who see your heart will walk beside you willingly. December is teaching you that your joy is the gift to the world. When you shine, you give others permission to do the same. So I encourage you to check out my 2026 year ahead for your sign. And a mantra for you: I lead with love and I create with courage. My joy is sacred and my light unwavering. So thank you so much for being here, my Leo friends. I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below.